Hello and welcome to Strengthjournal Episode 16. Today I'm taking with me on a push day and we are starting with handstands. I'm happy that worked. I'm actually quite surprised about how great the first set felt, because usually the first set is always a bit of a struggle. It's either a fail or a hold which feels a bit awkward. But the first set was pretty great, so I hope that the training will go on like that. Let's see how the second one feels. Yeah, that was a fail. With hands, I find that it's very important, and I always tell myself to not get too frustrated, especially when you're failing. It's easier said than done, but when you're failing, think about what went wrong. Maybe your start was off, maybe you shifted your weight too much forward, too much backwards. And I think that's a smarter way to train handstands, because it can be quite frustrating training them, because with handstands the progress is not linear. It's more like a wave. So one day handstands can feel really good, then the other day they feel like shit. And yeah, your handstand journey will go on like that. But the bad days become better, and the good days always also become better. So what once was like a bad day, what once was like a really good day could be now a bad day, and also, you know what I'm trying to say. So just keep on training them and don't get too frustrated, but like I said, it's easier said than done. Yeah. So I'm gonna aim for one more good handstand hold, and then I'm gonna continue on to the next exercise. Oh, that was too much. Oh. So now I just kicked up way too much, so I put too much power in that kick, and that's why I fell over. So we're gonna focus on, with the next attempt, kick a little bit less, then it should be fine. So handstands felt pretty good today. I had a few fails, but I still got a lot of good holds. I had like 2 30-second holds, which is nice. So overall, a good handstand session. And right now I'm continuing with handstand push-up negatives. And with this one, the focus has been on improving the quality of the repetitions instead of just getting more repetitions. So I'm trying to have control over the movement, and it should feel like that at the bottom I would be able to press myself back up into the handstand. So that's the goal behind this one. And I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna accumulate 10 repetitions here. So this is gonna be the first one. Let's see how this one goes. Felt okay, but was a bit too fast, but okay. And I'm not doing the repetitions back to back, so I'm taking like a short rest in between each repetition to make sure that the quality stays high, and that I'm not getting too fatigued. So this one was more controlled, but I kind of face planted it into the ground. So it's kind of holding like a headstand at the bottom. So I'm trying to avoid that as well. But still kind of a good repetition, I guess. Oh, that one was good. That one was nice. So the cool thing about practicing these handstand push-up negatives is that I'm also getting additional kick-up practice for the handstand, because every time I want to do one repetition, I have to get into a handstand first. So that way, like I said, I'm getting additional bonus practice for the kick-up, which is nice. So we are finished now with the handstand push-up negatives, and those felt pretty strong today. And yeah, the thing that I'm struggling with the most with this exercise is keeping my legs forward. So I have the tendency to let my legs drift too much backwards, and that's why I'm kind of like crashing down at the bottom. So I'm trying to fix that, but overall pretty good today. So right now I'm doing chest to wall handstand push-ups. And I'm going to do them with around 2-second pause at the bottom. Getting into position is always the hardest thing on the chest to wall handstand push-up. And the next exercise is gonna be the weighted dip. And I'm gonna do them through a full range of motion, which means that I'm gonna go as steep as possible. So as steep as my shoulder mobility allows. And yeah, when you do an exercise like that where you're going through a very big range of motion, especially on pressing exercises, I would make sure to control the eccentric and don't bounce out of the bottom. So really make sure that your technique is on point and that you are controlling the movement, and don't just let yourself drop down into a position which your body is not used to. So don't just let gravity do all the work. You should lower yourself down into the deepest position where you still have the control over the movement. So this exercise is great for both hypertrophy but also mobility. So it's great for hypertrophy because we are taking our pushing muscles through a full stretch, especially the chest. So you will feel a deep stretch at the bottom of the dip, and getting a loaded stretch on your muscles is a great way to induce hypertrophy. Kind of fun to talk after set. And also good for mobility, because basically we are taking our muscles through a full range of motion, or through their full capabilities of going through a full range of motion. And this one is especially going to improve your shoulder mobility. So right now we're going to continue with some isolation exercises for the triceps, and we're going to start with the ring tricep extension, which we're going to superset with diamond push-ups to failure. Now into the diamond push-ups. I really like the superset Maybe I should talk before the set, not after the set. But never mind. So I like the superset because the ring tricep extension really isolates the triceps, and then the diamond push-up still primarily targets the triceps because of our elbow position, but also works our chest. So if you're supersetting these two exercises, the ring tricep extension will make sure that our triceps are pre-fatigued, and then in the diamond push-up, the triceps will become a limiting factor because of this, but the chest still kind of helps to get in more repetitions, and that way we can get a little bit more stimulus on our triceps. At least that's what I find. And the diamond push-up is also like extra volume for the chest, which is always a nice thing. So right now I'm doing dumbbell single arm overhead extensions, and this one is great for focusing on the long head of the triceps, because we are putting our arm in the overhead position, and thereby we are training our long head of the triceps for the most part. So when you're doing this exercise, make sure to use a full range of motion. So really try to go as deep as possible, as long as it feels comfortable, and also make sure to not use your whole upper body to finish the repetitions. Instead, try to stay somewhat rigid and just focus on elbow extension. I also like to hold on to something for extra stability. So that was the workout. It was a lot of fun, very intense, and overall pretty successful. So if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share feedback down below in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Much love, and see you on level 100.